Welcome to Digital Champions TV, where we get insights from emerging leaders in advertising and marketing. I'm Greg Kirkham, and today we're diving into the world of digital marketing with George Arabian, the CEO of NVISION, based in Markham, Ontario. Welcome to the show.
Thanks very much for having me, Greg.
So tell us a little bit about NVISION. For anybody who doesn't know you, where did it get its roots?
Yeah, great question. So I started in the world of web and digital back in the early stages, pre Google, I believe. Started out doing web design and development just as a young guy trying to make a few bucks. I was very much dialed into the whole world of building computers. Got fortunate at a young age. My parents invested in some hardware for me, but if you touched a computer 30 years ago, everyone thought you could do anything with technology. So my first gig was to develop a website for a local hockey shop here up in Canada. We play a lot of hockey, and the shop asked me to build them an internet. And I was baffled by the question. I was like, "What are you talking about? Build you an internet?" And they're, sure enough, they wanted a website. So not having ever built one, I just kind of said, "Yep, I'll do it," as a young entrepreneur. And built one, and then that led to another and another, and here we are 21 years later, doing full service digital marketing for a large variety of clients.
Yeah, you've done work for a large variety of clients, to your point. What have you seen change over the course of all these years that has most impacted your business and the industry?
It's a good question. And then I've seen a lot of change happen over the last, 21 years or so. I've been in marketing probably closer to 25 years. But, the biggest change I see is the messaging being a much more authentic. Social media has really changed the landscape of digital in the way that, nobody really quite knew this thing was emerging as a tool to connect people who've lost connections. The early days of MySpace, for example, or Facebook, and now we're really talking about authenticity in marketing and the human to human marketing, as opposed to like just the generic B2B or B2C. So I see that being a real great shift, actually, from being a lot more personable when it comes to marketing messaging.
Wow. And then if you could pull out your crystal ball, what would be some of the major changes that you see coming up soon?
I don't think anybody needs a crystal ball when it comes to AI and the impact that that's having on communication, messaging, content, that sort of thing. So I would say AI is going to play a pretty substantial role in the way that things shift. I still feel that AI is a tool, much like anything else. You still need to know how to navigate it and need to know where to apply it. But I think AI is going to have a unique play, and we're already seeing the disruption it's causing throughout the industry. But I think if you harness its energy responsibly, you can do some pretty magnificent things with it.
Absolutely, yeah. And AI has been in the world for a very long time, for quite a bit, right? But not in the form that it's in now. It's kind of the Windows 98 version now, right? And so, so now we're starting to progress. So if you were to give one piece of advice to somebody entering the industry, what would you tell them before they ever even get started?
Ooh, good question. Marketing is so vast, and I think if you look for opportunities to be a specialist as opposed to a generalist, that can take you a long, long way. There's so many different avenues you can take into this world of digital, but specializing in one area and being really great at it, I think, will set you apart from everybody else.
Perfect. Well, thank you, George, for sharing your insights with us today. To connect with NVISION and learn more about George Arabian's work, visit digitalchampionstv.com.